There's something many men quietly want, so often without even naming it. Respect, not admiration, not praise, not validation. Respect. And because it feels so important, men often build their behavior around what they think earns it. But here's the problem. Many men are working very hard for something they're not actually receiving, because what they're calling respect is often something else entirely. Why respect becomes central for men. For most men, respect feels tied to identity. It's not just about how others see you, it's about whether you feel solid inside yourself. Respect signals I matter. I'm not disposable. I have weight. So men start asking, consciously or not, what behavior gets me respected? And this is where confusion begins. Many men don't chase respect directly. They chase behaviors they believe produce respect. Being agreeable, being useful, being accommodating, being low maintenance. It feels strategic, it feels mature, but respect doesn't grow from compliance, it grows from clarity. When a man trades his position for approval, he doesn't earn respect. He earns tolerance. And tolerance is fragile. The common misunderstanding, a man starts believing, if I'm easy to deal with, I'll be respected. If I don't create friction, I'll be valued. If I don't push back, I'll keep harmony. So he softens his boundaries. He explains instead of stating. He waits instead of deciding. And at first, things feel smooth. But internally, something shifts. He feels smaller, less anchored, less certain, because respect isn't given to men who disappear. It's given to men who occupy space calmly. Respect versus approval. This distinction matters. Approval says, I like you. So respect says, I recognize you. So approval is emotional. Respect is structural. You can lose approval quickly. Respect tends to endure. Many men mistake short-term approval for long-term respect and pay for it later. Approval feels good. Respect feels steady. Approval fluctuates. Respect stabilizes. When a man organizes his behavior to be liked, he becomes adjustable. When he organizes his behavior around clarity, he becomes predictable. And predictability, not niceness, is what creates respect. A familiar internal conflict. A man feels something isn't right. A line was crossed, a decision was dismissed, a need was ignored. He considers speaking up, but then a thought appears. Is this worth it? I don't want to make things awkward. I don't want to seem difficult. So he lets it go. Externally, nothing explodes. Internally, something erodes. This is where respect quietly drains, and not because he was aggressive, but because he abandoned himself. Imagine a man at work. A colleague repeatedly interrupts him, takes credit, overrides his input. The man stays polite. He stays calm. He stays accommodating. He tells himself, I'm being professional. But over time, the interruptions increase. The dismissals continue, not because he's weak, but because no structure was established. Respect needs edges. Respect requires structure, not dominance, not force. Structure. When there are no edges, people don't know where you stand, and when people don't know where you stand, they don't orient around you. Respect doesn't come from being agreeable. It comes from being clear. Why men avoid clarity? Clarity risks conflict, and many men learned early. Conflict leads to loss of connection, loss of peace, loss of approval. So they learn to smooth things over, to adapt, to absorb, but absorbing everything doesn't make you strong. It makes you invisible. Men think this is respect. It's not. What respect actually responds to respect forms when a man states his position without over-explaining, holds a boundary without anger, accepts disagreement without collapse, acts consistently across situations. None of that requires aggression. It requires self-trust. You don't earn respect by proving you're easy. You earn respect by showing you're stable. Stable men don't chase reactions. They don't negotiate their presence. They state They hold, they move forward, and people adjust accordingly. If you're noticing places where you've been trading clarity for comfort, that awareness matters. This channel isn't here to tell men what to do. It's here to help you understand what's happening inside. If that helps, consider subscribing. Bringing it together. Men don't confuse compliance for respect because they're naive. They do it because compliance once kept them safe. But safety and respect are not the same thing. Respect requires visibility. And visibility requires courage, not loud courage, quiet courage. If respect feels unstable in your life, look at where you've been disappearing, not to be kind, but to be safe. You don't gain respect by shrinking, you gain it by staying present, calmly, clearly, without apology. Respect isn't something you demand, and it's not something you beg for. It emerges when a man is anchored in himself, not hardened, not defensive, just clear. Men don't lose respect by speaking up. They lose it by fading out. If this resonated, stay with the channel. Next, we'll continue unpacking the internal mechanics men were never taught. Slowly, clearly, and without shame.